already yelled at him. I didn't get a picture of the boat.
Oh, well, there you go. You got it.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Day 4 of drag week. Yesterday, in the burnout box, in the water, as soon as it gripped up, it broke another output shaft. Same thing it did Monday. Brandon had to go out to a junkyard, get another diff, and put that in before we could get back on the road. At least, though, we were able to break the beams, so we're still in the event. They give you a default time when you break the beams. So today we're gonna go easy on it. Friday, tomorrow is the last day of the event. We're gonna actually try to get a better time and don't care as much if we break it. As usual, a crowd is already gathering around it, wondering why there's a boat drag racing. If you're curious how we're actually transporting the drag radials, we keep them back here. Whole boat body actually lifts up from the back, kind of like a funny car. That's how we actually get to the wheels to change them. We're gonna go ahead and get it ready. We're gonna have to jack it up so that I can get to the old diff that we have set in there, and I can hand it to Brandon.
Literally cannot see the 300.
Andy and Nate were able to set their pits up next to us. We've been traveling with them for the pretty much the whole trip. We're all still in it. We're currently in a fog delay. It's so thick they can't see the end of the track, so they can't tell whether or not a car has gotten off the track or is still down there. So they have to wait till they can see the scoreboards and down the track before we can run again. We're gonna go ahead and walk the grid for the first cars that are gonna be up once the fog clears. This is a cool little detail here. That's the battery cutoff switch. It's hidden in the taillight.
If you take a look at my pedal right now, it comes right up. See that?
So he's got a clutch limiter in here.
Yep.
Or it slows down how quickly it releases it.
So it has a stop feature, and then it doesn't let the pedal come up. I can decide how fast I want the pedal to come up.
One more time.
Boom, and that's slipping the clutch.
I don't know if I'm seeing that here.
Oh yeah, sure. That's slipping the clutch right there.
That is
because it's
that
not
is very
allowing
cool.
all. Yeah.
Let me grab it. So I told him we were breaking rear ends, and he showed me that. So basically, it limits how fast the clutch can be let out, so it doesn't just snap your rear end or snap the torque straight onto the car. Of course, they want to interview Brandon with the boat here.
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Say it with me. I am the captain.
I am the captain.
And who is Jenny?
Jenny is my 1968 drift boat that we're now out here doing drag racing.
And how has that experience? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. How has that experience been?
We've been in some rough waters. I'm on my third diff of the week. Sticky tires and good prep keeps breaking stub shafts on the BMW chassis.
Now, third of the week, are you finding them at junkyards, or how are you making these repairs?
I brought one with, and I had to replace that one in National Trails. And then yesterday was going out and actually going to a junkyard, pulling one from a junkyard car, going back to the track.
That's amazing. So that's also, for the people that are watching the live feed, but attrition abound at Drag Week and the things that you have to do, again, to stay in the fight. They went to a junkyard. Some people have gone on Facebook Marketplace to find parts or just put shout-outs on the internet. Do you have this or that? And Racers Helping Racers here at the track are the various drag strips and the war wagons that people bring, the trailers, and how they're supplied, how they're outfitted with various even knick-knack stuff that sometimes can come through in the deepest clutch ever. So you've experienced that.
I don't want to say worst spot because I have a BMW chassis, so I'm not finding any parts within, the drag community basically because it's not a common chassis here. I had to reach out yesterday to some of the drift group that was kind of in the Michigan area.
That's one of the cooler things about Drag Week, in my opinion. But everybody, despite the competition, the willingness to help just get somebody to the next racetrack and ultimately to finish Drag Week. Good luck to you. Don't sink the ship. Back to Brian and David.
Earlier in the morning is when they usually run the faster cars because the air is a little more dense. The track prep is a bit better. This is Betty White. Which also has Betty White riding in the passenger seat.
So what are you doing?
All right, you have to see this car. This is one of the crazier cars here. It is a twin supercharged Camaro, and it's very well done. It's very clean, and he's got it working. It's running very fast times. It's like Blasphemy made it. He is in the staging lanes. Here's another car in the Gasser class. I feel like these have so much character. I love these cars. Just so cool. I love that setup. Got a nice looking Buick Grand National here.
Cars in the staging lanes, please be near it. That's how I have to go.
I might have to retire this hat. We might be wearing a regular hat for the rest of the event. All right, the fog is cleared up enough for them to start running. So let's check out some of these things go. Now, yesterday I was talking about the 850 class. Because he ran faster than an 850, it doesn't really count towards his time. So he has to run again and get as close as he can to 850, but he can't run faster than 850. They're trying to hit exactly 850. No, it's so competitive that if you're not pretty much 850, you're not going to win that class. Here comes one of the Gasser class cars, which are surprisingly fast for what they look like. That Gasser is currently running the fastest of his class. The car that's running second fastest is the Blasphemy car. That might be the one that wins the class for the week. Now the cars running A-class or the unlimited class can run as fast as they want. So we're going to see some 7-second, maybe sub 7-second runs from some of these cars.
681 miles an hour.
We're getting ready to pull up in the staging lanes. Hopefully we can get a good run in and not break anything. Brandon's gonna go ahead and get ready to run, sort out some GoPro chargers, and we'll get that on the roll cage for some footage.
Gotta get these things out.
We're gonna avoid the water, not launch it. We don't need to break a fourth differential yet. Tomorrow, maybe not so big of a deal, but we need to make it to the last destination and cross the start line in order to be still considered completing the event. So if we break it again today, we have to fix it again today. If we don't break it, we'll have a nice, pretty easy day. We can get back on the road, drive to the next location, and then Friday we can go crazy. We can run it as hard as we want. We'll see if the rubber ducky shirt brings us some luck. The milk truck is still here. Don't break it.
I won't. Simple day.
Don't launch it.
Now, it's just getting rolled out of the line.
Make sure you avoid the water in the boat.
I'm out. No water. Roll through. Just roll out of the line.
It is time to get in the car. All right, I'm gonna run down and try to get a good shot. Andy's coming up. He's gonna run his SRT-10, and then we're up not too far after him, and hopefully we can do good. All right, here comes Andy. Hopefully he gets a good run.
So the SRT-10 pickup, Andy Savakinas, and that polar white Hellcat. I wasn't naming the factory color, just polar. It looks like when I think of the polar ice caps, it looks that white. Is it white knuckle, the factory
Polar
color?
ice caps are actually blue, Brian.
You're a giant tool. They really are. You're really a giant tool.
That color would be white knuckle, which is what I'm about to do, Brian. 11:28 for the Hellcat. 11:70 in the right-hand side. Here comes the boat. So I've been waiting for this so that I can say this. If I had the boat, I would have to also own a Rambler Marlin.
Yes. Yeah, how could you?
Or perhaps a Barracuda.
Yeah, the Barracuda, the Marlin.
Stingray.
Stingray's a little much.
No?
Savvy Volkswagen's like meanwhile, the Flaky Flyer 55 Chevy with its Daisy Mag leaves. Brandon Totoro, that is a BMW underneath the boat. The Flaky Flyer goes 1082.3 at 124, and the Drunken Bateau goes 1527.7 at 100 miles an hour.
I'm coming to a new realization that there aren't that many cars that are named for sea creatures or fish.
Yeah, the Studebaker Mollusk was canceled before it reached production.
Been here a long time. Never had a boat come through my lane.
Well, I gotta be, original.
You're awesome.
I gotta bring people first.
That was a good run.
We didn't break.
Fastest so far.
Personal best so far. Did not break. That gives us till tomorrow.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I wanted today.
Gonna get some food, get it ready to get back on the road. We did not break anything, which means as long as we can get to the track Friday and break the beams, we have completed drag week.
You have the ducks already
I
prepared.
have a box of ducks that I keep. I actually have a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but I keep a box of ducks in there. So when I run into it, I saw the shirt and I'm like, I gotta
You give them out to the Jeep shoe like.
That doesn't matter if it's Wrangler
Yeah.
or Cherokee.
I got ducked.
You're officially a Jeeper.
Through the 8th at 582.
I mean, Jenny's not too far off. No roof, no doors.
So before we can continue on, we need to hand in our time slips to prove that we did a run. They will then give us instructions on how to get to the next track. So that's where we're heading now, just to get the instructions so we know where to go.
What's the guy?
We just showed them the pictures to prove that we were at the checkpoints, showed them the time slip. We've got our instructions. We got some sick pizza.
Boom, there it is.
Now comes an equally crucial second part of the race, which is you have to get to your other destination after you race. So that's why breaking parts and fixing them is such a big deal to be able to get to the next track. Because if you don't make it to the next track on time, you are out of the event. All right, time to swap over
It's really nice.
to the street tires.
Setup of it is the exact same. Exactly.
We are going to try out a muffler on this round
The all-run afternoon. It's not open yet, but it will be.
to see how much maybe more tolerable the ride will be. Maybe it'll be quieter, maybe it won't. We'll find out.
Thank you for coming to the side. I was like bitching at people. I'm like, you take a picture if you see the boat. I've been stuck over here all day. I'm like, dude, I want to see the boat.
There you go. Yeah, we're just dropping someone off, so
Oh, you guys are fine. You got wristbands on. You're good to go. Does a jet ski work too?
that's our tool trailer.
Oh my God, that is
So all
so
of our
cool,
tools
you
and
guys.
stuff are in there.
That is cool.
Thank you.
You guys have a great day.
You too.
You're just minding your business, going throughout your day, and then that passes you.
I know. Sounding
Like I'd be
ridiculous.
like, huh? All right, we are almost to checkpoint 1, which looks like, I'm not sure if it's a shop or some kind of car collection. I didn't really look into it, but we are in Bowling Green, Ohio.
Pretty sure it's a car collection.
Jesus.
Race brakes.
Man, where's Gretzky? Right there.
You got me.
I didn't lose it, did I?
Yeah, I was hoping I could. Yeah, you got me. Thank you. All right, before we move on, we actually have to take a picture of the boat in front of the checkpoint to prove that we were here. So that is the picture taken. We are good to roll. One cool thing about the checkpoints they send us to is they are usually something pretty cool and car related. So this one here is a car collection. So unfortunately they were going to charge for us to go through there, and we're going to be here for such a short time period, it's not really worth it. So I only got to peek in for a brief second, and we're going to hit the road again. Move on to the next checkpoint, then towards the direction the track is.
That's worse.
Yeah.
We went the wrong way.
You want to stop?
Going to.
Okay.
Just put it in the message. Keep
right.
going, I'll catch up.
Yeah. Keep going. We will catch up. So what happened last night on day 3, pulling into the hotel, it was a bit late. We hit a curb and accidentally adjusted the steering. So we were going to, well, we tried to readjust it. We adjusted it the wrong way a little bit. So Brandon's gonna get under there and adjust it back the other direction.
A few moments later.
Rolling up on checkpoint number 2.
I need a picture.
Yep.
Oh, Dennis!
Did you adjust too far?
Yeah, it's something shifted the whole way.
Yeah.
Now I'm towed out, so now it's a little darty. Good. Almost beached her.
Careful, you might sink it.
Might as well go inside and get something.
There isn't. I don't know if there is an inside.
Or outside. I talked about this in another video, but a lot of the cars will run an all-terrain just to get down the road, especially if they're running big slicks. It's just easier to get something that fits that way. What would you rate the Volvo and the chop scale? 1 to 10.
It's a good job. Go 5.
Go 5?
Yeah, I mean, we're drag week. There's some nasty things here.
I was gonna give it a 7. Banana split.
Tires don't have
bolt patterns.
Tires don't have a bolt pattern.
Tires.
They won't fit either. I need 15s.
We are going to head back to the hotel. Then in the morning, we are going back to the drag strip to do the last day of drag week. Hopefully, we can get a better run in, but we only really need to complete 1 pass or be considered as completing the event. So after that, all bets are off. We can go as fast as we want. Doesn't matter if it breaks. Hey, the milk truck made it.